The fact is, I'm overwhelmed, and I can't function when I'm overwhelmed. I had disability money in my own place before Natalie died. In order to be able to do the things that I need to do, I need that disability money, and I need that housing back. Both of which I have not had since before Natalie was killed. I needed help in person, but people just kept on telling me do this and do that, paying zero attention to the fact that because of the assault by Waylon Lolatai, and because of the slander by the Bollinger family, and because of Natalie's death, and the assaults, threats, and harassment that I was enduring over that, I didn't have the resources to do that. I didn't have the time or the money or the mental fucking capacity to do that. I still don't. I need help, actual help. I didn't want to harass anyone. I wanted the threats and harassment that were happening to me to stop. I wanted the assaults that I was enduring to stop. Nobody should have to break the law to defend themselves. Nobody should have to break the law to get a court date. Nobody. But because my resources were all stolen, I couldn't protect myself. And these people who want to get pissed off at me and treat me completely like shit because I'm overwhelmed, well, they're all pieces of shit. All of them. These were all very fucked up situations that I never should have been in, and I never would have been in if it weren't for all of the abuse that I took over slander. Slander by Natalie Bollinger, Alicia Bollinger, and Maddie Boa. When I left Virginia, that should have been the fucking end of it. But it wasn't. Trying to get any officer to do their fucking job is fucking impossible. When you're disabled and they can use that as their excuse for not doing their jobs, you're fucked. When you don't have the Stop. Sorry, I had a dog wanting attention from me. I can barely function well enough to make these videos. And most of the time, all I want to do is scream the word help over and over and over again. Now, these people who said that they would help, like Erin Cockerham, months and months and months later, when I'm pissed at her for not keeping her word, that's when she's like, oh, well, I did keep my word. Really? Well, maybe you should have told me that beforehand. Maybe you should have informed me that you did those things. But did you? Did you? You want to play victim because I posted up a recording between you and I. If you were telling the truth, you wouldn't be pissed off about that recording. Same thing with Katie Cahill. All of these people should have come forward with that information on their own, instead of pretending they did months after the fact. If you really did those things, you should have let me know when you did those things so that I could use that to try to get a lawyer. But you never did you, Erin Cockerham? It wasn't until after you treated me like shit on multiple occasions that I called your dumb ass out. All of these people who told me they were going to help me treated me like shit on multiple occasions. All of them. Alright, that's not entirely true. Anna never treated me like shit. And King of Nichols never treated me like shit. And Brandon Ratner never treated me like shit. Pretty much everybody else, yeah, they treated me like shit. Now, there were times that they were nice to me, and there were times where they weren't. But the fact is, they kept on making comments based on their ignorance of the situation, because they weren't paying any fucking attention. A lot of these people claim that they watched all my videos, and that they did pay attention, and they did care. And then, months and months and months and months pass, and I let them know about the videos, and they're like, fuck you, fuck you, fuck you. Like, really? Yeah, fuck me. If you'd have been paying attention, you'd have known the day that I posted it. If you'd have been paying attention, you'd have known that I'd talked about that situation on multiple occasions. I need help. Actual help. And most of these people who claimed that they were going to help me helped out my predators. Like Erin Cockerham, the first time that she ever contacted me on Facebook, she was claiming that she was Layla Johnson's sister. It's hard to believe anything Erin Cockerham says after that. But she gave me a good story, and I wanted to believe her because I needed her help, and she promised to help me. I wasn't the only one who was harassed or threatened over this. Now, my conversation with Erin Cockerham proves that. Now, if Erin Cockerham is lying about that, well, that just goes to prove my point. Whether she's telling the truth or lying, both of those situations will help me out in court. If she was lying to me, it shows the kind of wingnuts that I had to deal with. If she was telling the truth, it shows that I wasn't the only one who had to go through shit over that. But for these people, it's just drama. For these people, their lives weren't destroyed by this. Their income wasn't taken away by this. All of their friendships weren't destroyed by this. Now, most of these people are pissed off at me because of how I react to abuse. Having a panic attack. And freaking out because the abuse isn't stopping and nobody's doing anything to actually stop it. Everybody's got their excuses why they can't. The fact is, I was come at from all sides. On the internet, in real life. From the cops, from the criminals. All over the same fucking slander from Virginia. Bobby Forrest should have come forward a long time ago. Somebody should have actually sat down and taken a look at all the bullshit that I was going through. Instead, I'm wasting my resources to go to therapists who aren't helping me. Those therapists, before Natalie died, didn't do a goddamn thing about the threats, harassment, assault, and abuse that I was enduring. They did absolutely nothing to help with that situation at all. So literally, I am wasting my time and resources basically to go bitch at somebody who's not going to do a goddamn thing about it. Fuck them. I have zero respect for therapists. Now, there's a lot of you fucking idiots that all you need is somebody to bitch at about how much your life fucking sucks over your trivial fucking problems. I don't need someone to bitch at about how much my life fucking sucks. I need someone who's going to listen to what I'm saying and do something to help. Now, these people who claim that they made reports, well, that is absolutely not what my public pretenders said. That is absolutely not what the police said. I was illegally prevented from going to my own court dates. Illegally prevented. In the 2 civil cases, I was busy being assaulted in Boulder County Jail. The first one, I was busy being assaulted in Boulder County Jail, and then I was in transit. Now, mind you, several of the cops that I had to deal with in Boulder County Jail killed a man. Were making fun of him while they did it. I had to deal with police doing this everywhere I went because of the supposed assault against Officer Waylon Lolatai. I was the one who was assaulted. I was trying to tell them about the things that were going on. They were supposed to be taking me somewhere safe so I could make a report. They weren't. They weren't taking me somewhere safe. They weren't taking me to make a report. They worked together with officers from other jurisdictions to prevent me from having an honest day in court. They repeatedly did this in multiple jurisdictions and multiple states. Why? Because of the assault. The assault by Waylon Lolatai and the fact that it is still on my record despite the fact that the charges were dropped. Why were the charges dropped? Because I was the one who was assaulted. I have to worry about being assaulted by the homeless community, by the general public, and by police. So these people telling me all of these things that they supposedly did months and months and months and months and months after it would have fucking done any good is all bullshit. Erin Cockerham can take the time to look at this stuff, and she can take the time to fill out a report and supposedly send it to this officer, but she has no record of it, doesn't know the guy's name, and doesn't have the time to scroll through, find that, and send it to me. No, I don't believe that she did so. I don't. I believe that she was another internet wingnut like Layla Dunan and Kara Johnson Miles. Shannon Alvarado, her special interest is dead people. She's into serial killers. It's gross. Can you imagine what it's like after all I've been through to be in a house with somebody who drinks a lot and is completely infatuated with serial killers? Now, she's infatuated with horror movie serial killers like Jason and Chucky. But she's also into historical serial killers like the Nazis. She's into it so much that she has a Nazi uniform hanging up in her closet that she loves to show off. I think she showed that thing off to me 3 or 4 times while I was there. To be honest with you, I thought about dragging it outside and lighting it on fire. It's not my property, though. And she was promising that she was going to help. The problem is, instead of helping, she was busy getting drunk and screaming at people. I was stuck in that situation. Stuck there, waiting on Graham to send me the stuff that I needed. and hoping that when it finally got there, Shannon Alvarado was going to sober up long enough to go through it with me like she said she would. But Graham didn't keep his word and didn't keep his word and didn't keep his word, and Shannon Alvarado didn't keep her word and didn't keep her word and didn't keep her word. That's the thing, is that I am in a desperate situation and I need help. I should never have had to break the law. If I had the choice and I could stop the abuse without having to break the law, I would have done so. There is proof all over the place that I made every effort to do it the legal way. I went to the police repeatedly before Natalie died. Repeatedly after she died. I tried going to the FBI even. And these people who were pretending that they were going to help me, when they got busted lying, they wanted to throw fucking tantrums and talk about what a terrible fucking person I am. Well, excuse me, but you're the one that fucking lied. I'm not a terrible person for calling you a liar. You're a liar. I never should have had to do these things. After I left Virginia, I should have been able to go to Boulder and see my loved ones without being assaulted. Without having people spit on me and knock my phone out of my hand. You know why I wasn't in Boulder? Because that's where the majority of the assaults and the threats were taking place. When I tried to speak to people about it, they claimed that they would talk to me and never did. They were busy telling me how to think and how to feel. If you're in a situation where those people, what they had to say, would help you out, I'm glad for you because you don't have any real goddamn problems.